So my sister was moving across the state, and she was going to take her GT with her, and she was driving around the day before she was going to move. And she drove off, and I was actually walking down the sidewalk with my kids, and I heard her stop, and I heard this really terrible metal noise. And she rolled down her window and backed up and said, "Did you hear that?" I said, "Yeah, that was awful. What was that?" And she drove and hit the brakes a little bit back and forth, and then I got in and drove it around, and I felt like these brakes are pretty done for. When I bought this car from my friend when it was in an accident and it was totaled and we rebuilt it, it had about 80,000, 83,000 miles on it. It was in really good shape. I sold it to my parents, and I know that the car hasn't had brakes since, and it has 140,000 miles on it, so it's probably gone quite a while without brakes. And so I knew it probably needed them. I should have been thinking about that, because if she goes across the state and needs brakes, then someone else is going to have to do it for her. She's going to have to pay somebody, and so it's going to cost more money. So I should have just been on top of that. But I've been working so much on this car anyway and doing all those other things for it. But anyway, so I got the wheels off the car, and the tires are doing okay. They probably need to be replaced soon too. But I checked those brakes out, and they were looking pretty bad. So yeah, I told her, go ahead, buy new rotors, buy new pads, get it all, and we'll get this back together so you can leave tomorrow to leave town and move. And so getting the brakes off, you could see, look at this rotor. It's pretty grooved. This was metal on metal. This is pretty messed up. I mean, this is just what happens. And I don't really blame her, because brakes are something that a lot of people never look at. They have no idea how they work. They just think that they're there. This pad's not so bad. I mean, it's really low. That's definitely true, but you'll see the other pads messed up even worse. This is where all the metal on metal was coming from. There's just no pad left there at all. And so, I mean, everybody does need to be aware of what they're doing with their car and take care of them, but I don't really blame her, because it's something she hasn't really thought much about. So I did get the brakes back together. It was kind of a long night. I had to work in the dark, yeah, and get it done quickly, so I didn't film all of it. But the car is back together and it runs great, and she's so excited. She's like, "Wow, this drives so nice now, thank you." So she did move across the state, and the car is for sale. It might be sold by the time this video is even uploaded. I know she's got a lot of interest in it, and it's going to be sad to see the car go, but at the same time, I know she's just not interested in it anymore. She wants a small SUV. She wants a Subaru with all-wheel drive. It snows up where she's going to be, and so Mustangs don't do that well in the snow, but it was a rust-free car and everything. So that's the update on the GT, and it's got new brakes now, and we'll see what happens.